All right, so we are currently underneath this very nice, probably multi-million-dollar home, and they have a horrible crawl space, which seems to be the case a lot of times when you have really nice houses. They like to neglect the crawl space. Got insulation falling down, all kinds of crazy stuff. What's going on, everybody? It is July 12th, 2023, and we had a couple calls we did today. We did a lot of traveling today. We went to Rehoboth Beach, Ocean City, and then back to Salisbury. So Rehoboth Beach and Ocean City, there's a lot of traffic this time of year, of course, because they're beach towns. So it takes a really long time to get through them. So I probably been in the truck for 4 hours today. So I didn't get a whole lot done, but I got got a few calls I'm going to show you here today. So take a look. All right, we're out here at the hotel in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and we had one freeze up. The maintenance department shut it off, and we're back here today to see why it froze up. And honestly, these numbers at the moment don't look horrible. We'll let it stabilize a little bit. They don't look horrible at the moment. Maybe somebody buried the thermostat. I don't know. Let's take a look. So the suction pressure dropped all the way down to like 57, and now it's coming all the way back up. Could be that it's still stabilizing, but this is an R22 system, by the way, not 410A. Old R22 guy. This unit was manufactured in 1989. I was 4 years old when this unit was manufactured. Let's monitor for a little while longer. I'm thinking where this is a hotel, it's got an old Mercury style thermostat on it. Someone probably buried the thermostat and then left. So we'll monitor it. I'll try to get you some shots inside, but the people who rented the hotel room are in there, and they're pretty they're like right there, so I want to respect their privacy. So looks like this is where we settled out at. Still a little bit of fluctuation, but this is kind of where we're settling out at, which isn't bad for an R22 system. I can live with these pressures and temperatures. Yeah, guys, I was trying to respect the tenant's privacy, just showing you a couple shots here of the old thermostat, and then, yeah, more wires than I need for the new thermostat, but here's the new Honeywell T6. Went in pretty good. Set a minimum set point of 65 degrees. Yeah, little wall unit. Here's the inside of it. And that's about it with this indoor unit. Everything seemed to be running fine on it. So we're going to leave this one as is. The coil's pretty clean. I think it was clean not long ago. So not a big deal on that one. I think we're going to finish up here, and we'll be off to the next one here in a couple minutes. Yeah, that was the only thing I could figure was someone buried the thermostat, checked out of the room, let it run and run and run, froze up, new tenant came in, air conditioning didn't work. So we just went ahead and changed that thermostat out, put them in a new thermostat, locked it at 65 degrees. If you need to be colder than 65 degrees in a hotel room, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should rent a walk-in cooler. I don't know, but that should be fine for them. So, all right, guys, we got another one in Rehoboth Beach we're about to go to. So let's take a look at that one. All right, we have a thermostat that is calling, but we have two units out here. Neither one's running. So let's take a look. All right, so we do have high voltage out here. We just don't have any low voltage. We're testing between R in common, and we have nothing. So we're going to find out where we lost our low voltage at. All right, so we are currently underneath this very nice, probably multi-million-dollar home, and they have a horrible crawl space, which seems to be the case a lot of times when you have really nice houses. They like to neglect the crawl space. Got insulation falling down, all kinds of crazy stuff. So our blower's running, but we have no R outside. So that's weird. So we might have a broken wire or something. So let's dig into this a little bit deeper. What do we got here? All right, let's dig into this and see what's going on. Okay, I don't know if I caused this or not, but as soon as I took off the wire nut, it did not make a solid connection anymore. Like the wires were not all properly secured in there. So I'm gonna make sure I get them all properly secured, then we'll check again. All right, after repairing the wires, I repaired R and C in the crawl space. I now have 24 volts between R and C out here. My thermostat is now flashing weight, and let me just check real quick. Yes, I have 24 volts out here now. So we're just waiting for it to go through its delay, and then we can see if it comes on. Kenny's still in the crawl space right now, just in case I still need him underneath there. We'll wait till the unit comes on before I have him come out. And here it is. Very cool. We're still running. So we had a faulty connection is all it was. Pretty cold. I'm not going to check the charge because this unit was actually PM'd in June. I don't know, actually it was checked in June. I don't know if it was fully PM'd, but he did do stuff to it, so, and that might have actually caused this problem. Not 100% sure, but there was a loose connection. Actually, I had a loose connection on both R and C underneath. They had four wires and one wire nut, so little faulty connection there. So they had they joined outdoor unit, air handler, and then they had a electronic air cleaner all joined together in that one spot and that one wire nut. So that's where the loose connection was. All right, that's all she wrote on this one. Train XL15. They are a good looking unit. I got two of them here. All right, let's get on to the next one. All right, not a bad little service call right there. Faulty connection, got it fixed up. That is actually a weekly rental house. Those people were renting that house for the week, and unfortunately their air conditioning went out, so we were able to save the day though. So the next one here I actually didn't do today, I did yesterday, and I saved it, so take a look at this one. And it's an easy one, and sometimes it's good to get an easy one. Yeah, we got a case of big old fat capacitor. Sorry, we got dogs barking on every house too, but yep, it happens. Yeah, when the capacitor blows up like that, it basically implodes, because what the capacitor does is it holds a charge, and it when the compressor or motor or whatever it tries to start goes to start, it basically gives it another extra electrical current to start it. And whenever the capacitor goes bad and it can't start it anymore, sometimes it actually implodes. So sometimes this cap will bust off and stuff like that. You'll see a star capacitor, which is usually plastic, will actually blow the top right off of them. So this one's a 50 by 5. Let's see. All right, we got our 50/5 put on. Just gonna check the amp draws. 10.1. Our RLA is, I think, 17 or something, so we're good there. condenser motor's pulling 1.1. We're a little wobbly. Sometimes it's good to get an easy one. We might also wash this condenser too if we have a good water supply. Yep, change that capacitor right out. We did wash the coil. We washed the coil with chemical, got that cleaned up, and then we got up out of there. So I got one more I want to show you today. It was a condensate leak that the homeowner vacuumed out a lot of the condensate himself, but it took me a little while to figure out that because I was not told that information when I first got there. So take a look. Make sure that cloggage here. The call was drain pan is cracked and they don't think the air conditioning is working to its full potential. So there's definitely some water underneath here. I wonder if this pan filled up. I'm gonna have to really do something to crack a metal pan. All right, let's get the panel opened up. Let's see. That feels like it's running pretty good. That line's pretty cold anyway. I'm wondering if this thing is backed up. All right, let's get this panel off. We will inspect the drain pan. All right, I'm not seeing any cracks in this drain pan. At least not the plastic one. I'm thinking what happened is the condensate's clogged up. Yeah, the condensate clogged up. Unless this metal one does, because there is a lot of water under the pan. Now, water could have leaked out of here literally anywhere. There's a lot of water here. But the pan looks like it's holding water. See, I'm thinking what happened is the condensate probably backed up. I can tell it's been leaking right here. Definitely been leaking right here. And the bottom of this ductwork is saturated. Yep, all that's wet. And they have a shop vac up here. So they've been pulling water out of it. It's still kind of dripping right here. And all this insulation here is wet. I just don't see any cracks in the drain pan. Not saying there isn't, I just haven't seen any. I'm just thinking the condensate backed up and it flooded into the return duct. The return duct dripped on the wood and the water ran underneath the pan. It's kind of a ass backwards thing it did. Usually it would leak right into the pan, but it doesn't always do that every time. This seems like it's been leaking a long time. Mildew and stuff's been growing on there. Having a hard time figuring out what's been going on here. I just don't see any cracks in this primary pan. I'm gonna have to get it opened up a little better to see. But I don't see any cracks in this primary pan. None. Of course, I can't see in the very base where the, like down there, where that meets the drain pan. So I don't know. Definitely a bizarre situation. Yeah, I talked to the homeowner because he isn't here, just the mother-in-law is here, and he said, yeah, this pan here filled up. It actually filled up twice. So, but I seen the backed up condensate there, so that's what he was dealing with. So he's probably gonna have, I also recommended, they're probably gonna need some sort of moisture remediation here, because underneath that pan is probably not gonna dry itself. And you can see we already have some mildew growing. Ductwork, probably at least have to replace the return duct here, the return plenum. He wants to see how well it dries out first, so we're gonna give it a couple days, see how well it dries out. He's gonna bring a fan or something up here, but chances are it's gonna have to be, this wood is gonna have to probably be replaced, which means the air handler is gonna have to come up and out, or mounted to the rafters, just hang from the rafters while we pull the rest of it out. What a mess. I know. Coming outside to this 85, 86 degree day, out of that 100 and something degree attic, feels like air conditioned. Got a nice little breeze going. Man, whew, it's hot. It's not as bad as the one the other day. It's only 99. But when you ain't got no air moving, it feels like over 100, that's for sure. Man. Filter. That can stand to be replaced, that's for sure. That's pretty dirty. Yeah, so that homeowner is going to have his hands full with some moisture remediation there, so wish him the best of luck with it. I went over the whole unit. I didn't see any cracks in the primary drain pan, no cracks in the secondary drain pan. It was just the clogged condensate, which comes from lack of maintenance. And we installed that unit 3 years ago, and that's the first time we had been back. So we offered him service contracts on it like we do everyone, and I can only assume he turned them down. So he needs he should really, I've got him information on the service contract now, so, but I just told him, I said, you know, just the easy thing you can do is just pour the hottest water you can get down that drain at least every 6 months or so, and that would do a lot. That would at least keep it cleared out. So it's up to him to for what he's going to do. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. If you haven't done so already, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already either. And I checked the channel analytics. Apparently 70% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if I could just get a few of you guys to start subscribing, that would really help the channel out a lot. But all right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.